Hello and welcome back to part 2. I'm Dr. Tabor Smith, and this is the Freedom from Pain series. We're diving back in. Hopefully you saw part 1. Go back, watch part 1 if you missed that. We're going to add on to that now. We're going to dive into each one of the 7 causes of chronic pain. We're going to start with cause number 1, chronic inflammation. This is your body's double-edged sword because acute inflammation is short-term. Let's say you sprain your ankle. Short-term inflammation is good for your body. It's helpful. It's your body's natural defense mechanism. It protects you. It heals you. It keeps you safe so that it hurts after you sprain your ankle, but you don't want to go walk around on an injured ankle. So yeah, it swells up. It hurts. It protects that area. Chronic inflammation is the problem. It's long-term. It's harmful. When inflammation doesn't turn off, it gets stuck in this loop and it turns on you. It damages your tissues. It drains your energy. It creates pain. And what are some common sources of chronic inflammation so that we can attack this at the source and start limiting and decreasing the chronic inflammation in our body? Number 1, I would say poor diet. We've got to start staying away from our processed foods, sugary foods, the trans fats that are in all of our fast food, hamburgers and French fries and all of those things. Those are toxins to the body. And we get toxins all over the place, not just from our diet. We get it from chemicals that are in our air, pollution, heavy metals, medications that we're taking. We need to work with a natural healthcare practitioner to try to limit the amount of medications that we have to have. And again, I'll tell you over and over and over, I'm not against medications. Sometimes they can help us get through crisis situations. But medications don't improve your overall health. That's not the true source of health. That's not where health comes from. Health comes from within you. It's making your body stronger. It's improving the function of your body. That's what's going to maximize your health and help decrease chronic inflammation and help your body heal from chronic pain. Another thing that we've got to start working on is our chronic stress. Whether it's emotional stress, physical stress, or chemical stress, stress keeps your body on high alert. We mentioned in part 1 about your body having a fight or flight and a rest and digest system, a sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. When you're stuck in fight or flight, your body doesn't get back into that healing mechanism. Your stress hormones kick off. And this is a physiological response by your body. When you encounter a stress, let's say back thousands of years ago, you're walking along a path and you see a saber-toothed tiger, your body was designed to pump out stress hormones so that you can run from this tiger and get away safely. But then you were designed to get back to the cave and rest and get back into digest and calm down. But today's society is constantly bombarding you with saber-toothed tigers. Everywhere you turn around, there's stress, from family stress to job stress to just daily stress to all kinds of things that are plaguing you, that are keeping you stuck into fight or flight. And we have to start being aware of this and start addressing this so we can get those stress hormones regulated. Poor sleep is something that people overlook every single day. Lack of quality sleep increases your chronic inflammation. So I need you to start being aware of your sleep cycles. Start paying attention when you actually go to sleep. Getting your room dark and cool so you can sleep better. Having an 8 to 9 hour sleep window. Realizing that there's something called sleep efficiency. We want to get 8 hours of sleep every night. And yes, I said 8, not 6, not 7. You need 8. All right. So you should shoot for 9 hours in the bed if you want to get 8 hours of sleep. So if I go to bed at 10, I can't just wake up at 6 a.m. That's 8 hours, and I might get 7 hours if I do that. I need to be able to say, hey, if I have to get up at 8 a.m., I need to go to bed at 9 p.m. That gives me 9 hours to get 8 hours of sleep. That's sleep efficiency. When you're putting that in your schedule, it will make a huge difference. Sedentary lifestyle, we mentioned this in part 1 too. Lack of movement leads to chronic inflammation and lack of your body's ability to heal. It makes you weak, and you don't want to be weak. You will function better, you will heal better, you will feel better, you will have more energy if you're stronger. So I need you to start moving. And again, maybe it's just going for a walk. Maybe you have to start slow and go for a little small walk first and then build up. That's okay. We just don't want to have that sedentary lifestyle. They say that sitting is the new smoking. People are sitting for long periods of time, and it's damaging and decaying the spine and the joints, and it's causing chronic inflammation. So if you're suffering with joint pain and stiffness, swelling and tenderness, you're tired, you have low energy, brain fog, can't think clearly, digestive issues, headaches, maybe muscle pains, you're suffering with chronic inflammation. And inflammation is at the root of most chronic pain and disease. So we can't overlook this. We have to start implementing some strategies to decreasing the number one cause of chronic pain, and that's inflammation. Let's talk about number 2, stress. Stress is the silent pain amplifier. When your nervous system stays in high alert, your body can't heal. When you're in fight or flight, your body can't heal. Rest and digest is where your body heals. So how does stress impact your body? It causes muscle tension. So constant tension leads to those aches and pains and tightness and makes inflammation worse. It can cause headaches. So stress triggers tightness in your neck and even in your head, and it causes those headaches and migraines that people suffer from so often in our society. It doesn't allow your body to heal and recover the way it needs to. So even if you do exercise, if you're overly stressed, it keeps your cortisol elevated, slowing down that healing process and then again, increasing your pain. If you're stressed, it slows your digestion. So it interrupts your digestion and it affects the nutrient absorption and your gut health, which then affects even more than that, which can affect brain health. And so it just snowballs with this effect of chronic stress. It even weakens your immunity. Chronic stress weakens your immune system and increases inflammation. And think about this. Your body, when it's in fight or flight, it's just trying to survive. It's like we gave that example about the saber-toothed tiger. Your body doesn't want to pour all this energy into making your immune system work while you're running from a tiger. So it's designed to shift the energy from those things like healing and immune system and digestion, and shift it over to your muscles and your heart pumping and your blood pressure increasing and your blood sugar increasing. No wonder so many people have high blood pressure and diabetes and all these things. We're stuck in this chronic stress cycle. Excuse me. So we have to break the cycle. We have to calm our mind. Maybe we utilize meditation or breathing or mindfulness practices. We have to move our body, exercising and stress relieving, stretching. It helps us release that built up tension. We need to get into good sleep. We need to be able to make sure we're getting enough sleep and quality sleep that helps reset our nervous system. We want to nourish our body with whole foods. Hydration, drinking a lot of water. A great thing to shoot for is half your body weight in ounces. So take your body weight in pounds. Let's say if I weigh 200 pounds, half of that would be 100, and convert that to ounces. I should be drinking 100 ounces of water a day if I weigh 200 pounds. Now even cut that in half. Again, 50 ounces is more than what most people are drinking of pure water, right? So drink more water, get hydrated. Support yourself, surround yourself with positivity and purpose and people that you enjoy being around. That helps stress tremendously. We want to reduce stress, restore balance, then that will help us relieve pain. Moving on to number 3, sleep, your body's repair shop. Deep restorative sleep is when your body cleans itself, repairs itself, and rebuilds itself. If you're not sleeping, you're not healing. We do up to 70% of our healing when we sleep. We release a hormone called growth hormone that literally speeds up cell division. So you do more healing when you're asleep. Think about animals when they're sick. What do? They just lay there. They just sleep. They don't even eat. They just sleep. And humans, we try to override these innate systems, our body telling us we need rest. We're like, no, I'm just got to go to work. I got to keep going. And we stress ourselves out. So what happens during quality sleep, the reason why you need it so much, your brain detoxes. You literally clear toxins that build up during the day in your brain. Your body goes into tissue repair. So muscles, tendons, ligaments, they rebuild and strengthen while you sleep. Your immune system gets a boost. You actually have a stronger immune system that fights off inflammation and invaders and disease and bacteria and viruses, all of that while you're sleeping. Your body can regulate your hormone balance and your cortisol levels, your growth hormone that it's releasing, your melatonin and serotonin and other key hormones that are regulated and balanced while you're sleeping. And it restores your energy so that you can perform, so that you can heal, and so that you can thrive. Your body was designed to heal while you sleep. We've got to give it the chance to do its job. And if you're not getting proper sleep, enough sleep, quality sleep, you're not even giving it a chance. So poor sleep equals more pain, period. And this is not just me saying this. Is study after study after study shows and backs this up. People who get poor sleep have more chronic inflammation and more pain because not sleeping increases your inflammation and decreases your healing, increases it literally increases your pain by lowering your pain threshold, and then it causes you to have more fatigue and be tired all the time. So look, better sleep, better healing equals less pain and a better life, period. Number 4, this is important, toxicity. This is the hidden burden that we all carry. Your body has to filter thousands and thousands of toxins every single day. And I tell people, look, diet and exercise and positive thinking, all those things are great. But if you have toxins in your body, you could be doing all of those good things and the toxins will completely wipe that out. It's like if I had a plant and I planted it in good, healthy soil. I gave it all the sunlight that it needed. I gave it the perfect amount of water. It has everything that it needs to thrive. But what if I came and I poured a toxin in the soil, like diesel fuel, all over it? What's going to happen to that plant? It will die. Why? Because the toxin will kill it, even though it has all the nutrients and all the water and all the sunlight, everything that it needs to thrive, the toxin will wipe it out. So toxic overload can lead to that inflammation we talked about, the chronic pain that won't go away, your fatigue, you're being tired, your body starts kicking into disease mode when there's too much toxin. When the toxic load is too high, your body can't heal, period. It's too busy just trying to survive that toxicity. So some sources of toxic overload would be our food. Again, we got to stay away from that processed food. There's so much additives and GMOs and sugar and unhealthy fats, trans fats. We want to drink more water. I talked about this, but we got to make sure that we're not only drinking enough water, that we're drinking healthy water that's purified, that doesn't have chlorine and fluoride and heavy metals and pesticides and contaminants in it. Now, our air, that's a little bit tougher, especially if you live in this area where I'm at in Houston, but we can filter our air. There's a lot of pollution and mold and chemicals and smoke and industrial fumes and all of those things in our air. Even our household cleaners, our personal care products, and then the plastics that we drink out of are putting chemicals into our body and toxins into our body. This is a big one too, especially for a lot of my patients that are in pain. They're taking medications. I had a patient come in and they're taking like 10 ibuprofen a day, way too many. But think about the toxins that's going in through the body when you're having to take that many medications. So we want to have a natural healthcare practitioner on our team, like a chiropractor, like in our office, so we can help you get off those medications, stop putting that toxin in your body and get to feeling better and functioning better. Because overuse or long-term use of those medications can burden your liver, your kidneys, and your gut. That's how your body detoxes. And of course, we want to stay away from chemicals like alcohol and tobacco. Those toxins weaken our cells, increase inflammation, and they impair our healing. Your body has tons of detoxification pathways. Your body's amazing. It's a miracle. It can literally clean itself, but all we have to do is give it a chance. We've got to stop putting so many toxins in so that it can have a chance to catch up and clean up. So your body's detox pathways are your liver. Your liver filters and neutralizes those toxins that you're eating or that you're exposed to. Your kidneys will eliminate waste and balance minerals for you. So every time you drink a lot of water, you have to go to the bathroom. That's okay. You're getting toxins out every time you do that. Your lungs actually remove airborne toxins and carbon dioxide. And so when you exercise, you're releasing toxins out your lungs when you're breathing. Your lymphatic system flushes waste and supports immunity. Your colon eliminates waste and supports gut health. Your skin, when you sweat, you're sweating out toxins. Look how many ways your body can clean itself. All we have to do is give it a little bit of help, reduce our toxic load, support our detox pathways, and we'll restore our health and relieve our pain. Number 5 is poor movement. And again, the silent sabotage of your spine and joints and health and nervous system is lack of movement. Movement is a medicine for your body. It keeps you strong and healthy. It will eliminate problems that you have. Poor movement is a poison that will break you down and kill you. The common causes of poor movement would be prolonged sitting. We talk about sitting being the new smoking. Sitting for long periods of time weakens your muscles, stiffens your joints, reduces your mobility. I tell people you don't want to be sitting for longer than 30 minutes. I know everybody's like, well, every hour I get up and stretch. That's not even enough. Every 30 minutes we need to be moving. I love the desks that come up and down because every 30 minutes you can stand up and then you can sit down. Poor posture, slouching, hunching, forward head posture creates stress on your spine and your neck and your nerves, and it affects the function of your body because your nervous system is controlling the function and healing in your body. Inactivity, lack of regular movement leads to stiffness, weakness, and poor circulation. You have to drive all the time. We have truck drivers. We have people who are stuck sitting for those long periods of time. Your heart can't get blood and oxygen and nutrients to all the cells in your body. No wonder it can't heal. And then you have those imbalances because we have lack of movement. So muscle imbalances, uneven movement patterns cause wear and tear in your body over time. And occasionally we have some, especially my CrossFitters and stuff, maybe they're overtraining. They're doing too much too soon. They don't let themselves recover. It leads to stress and strain and even then injury. So we have to be smart about it. So we need recovery. We need good, healthy sleep like we talked about. Not giving your body time and rest and repair leads to that chronic stress and breakdown and degeneration. What happens over time? Joint dysfunction. Your joints lose proper motion, leads to stiffness and pain and degeneration. Your muscles get weak, so they don't support your body anymore. And I said that's like the worst thing is getting weak because then it increases your chance of injury. It expands your chronic pain that you're experiencing. It causes nerve interference, which we'll talk about in just a second. Misaligned movement patterns can irritate those nerves and disrupt communication. And then again, just constant chronic pain from the poor movement habits that we have in our body that creates the pain. And then that becomes our body's new normal. We say, yeah, the normal amount of pain. The normal amount of pain is 0. And then your health just continues to decline and decline over time. Poor movement contributes to disease, fatigue, and poor quality of life. Your body was designed to move. So don't let poor movement or lack of movement steal your health. Get out there, and we have to exercise. One of the number one causes, most common causes of the body not healing or functioning the way it's supposed to and causing chronic pain is structural damage. It's an accumulative effect of everyday wear and tear and us not taking care of our body, of our spine, our nervous system, our joints. Your body was designed to last a lifetime, but daily stress, poor habits, old injuries, all of those things add up over time. Structural damage develops in your spine, your joints, your connective tissues, and damage creates dysfunction. It creates pain and a body that slowly breaks down. Structural damage doesn't happen overnight, but it will keep you down for a lifetime once it's there. It can be caused by your ergonomic, if you're an office worker, you have to sit in front of a computer for long periods of time, you're on the phone all the time, you develop poor posture from slouching and hunching and forward head posture, wear and tear on your spine. It can be caused from repetitive strain. You have to do the same motions over and over and over. It causes micro tears and breakdown that leads to chronic damage of those joints and muscles and tendons. It could be caused from old injuries. Maybe you've had car accidents. Untreated injuries heal imperfectly and create lasting structural issues for you. It could be caused by overuse. Maybe you have too much of one thing, too much exercise or too much lifting. Too soon, it leads to joint wear and tissue breakdown. And then, of course, probably the biggest one is just sedentary lifestyle, us having a lack of movement, which weakens our muscles, destabilizes our structure, and then breaks our joints down. Here's some signs that you would know if you have structural damage. You have chronic pain and stiffness that never fully goes away. You've got a reduced range of motion and reduced flexibility, so you're tight all the time. You've had frequent injuries, or you notice that your body's slow to healing of those injuries. You have degeneration of your discs or joints or connective tissue in your body. You've developed compensation patterns that create even more problems and more structural damage. And so the effects on your life are massive. From chronic pain, persistently limiting your ability to enjoy life, to not having the energy to do what you want to do. Your body works harder and it compensates for things that it shouldn't have to, leaving you drained of that energy. It decreases your performance. You can't be at your best physically or mentally. You have to live a poorer quality of life than you deserve. Pain limits your ability to move and to matter and do the things that matter. You got a greater risk for serious disease if you have structural damage in your body as well. Structural damage leads and contributes to long-term health complications. So you can't ignore structural damage and expect to feel your best. We have to correct the damage. We have to restore your structure so that you can reclaim your life. How do we know if you have structural damage? Through x-rays. And this is why x-rays matter. You can't see the damage, but x-rays can. X-rays provide the full picture so that we can find the cause and fix it for good. Without x-rays, you're just guessing. With x-rays, you're getting answers. Pain is a symptom, but x-rays reveal the underlying structural problems that are causing your pain, limiting your function, and stealing your health. Here's what x-rays can actually show us. They can show us vertebral misalignments. So even small shifts that can irritate your nerves, cause pain, disrupt your healing, and disrupt proper function in your body. They can cause disc problems. We can see your disc height. So if there's compression, we know if there's a nerve that's being compressed. X-rays show disc degeneration, narrowing, bulging. We can at least see where a bulge might be due to the compression on that disc that might be causing major issues. Nerve interference. So those misalignments, those bone spurs that break down in degeneration can put pressure on your nerves and then affect your whole body, not just chronic pain. We can see all of those degenerative changes, whether it's in your spine or other joints. We can take x-rays of the knees or the ankles. Those x-rays reveal arthritis. They reveal bone spurs. They show that wear and tear. Before symptoms are even there, we could actually see some of that. Or before those symptoms get worse, we can address it. They'll actually show us your posture and your curvature because we take standing weight-bearing x-rays. If you're going to a hospital or an imaging center, most of the time you're laying down. It's not quite as accurate. So we can actually measure posture and measure the alignment, which we do with very specific degrees. X-rays measure those spinal curves and show us those postural changes and deviations, showing us imbalances that lead to pain and dysfunction. And we can find any hidden problems that maybe we had no idea were even there. And that's why we don't guess, we test. Many problems don't show symptoms early, but x-rays can catch them before they even get started. Better information allows us to give better decisions, which allows us to get better results. So we can get a more accurate diagnosis. We can find the true cause of your pain and not just keep covering up the symptoms. We can give you a personalized plan that are based off the x-rays to help us create a care plan tailored to your specific needs. We can measure your progress using post x-rays, track your improvement over time, and see that we're correcting the cause of your problem. It gives us objective evidence to look at. And then you can have long-term protection, which fixing the problems early and preventing future damage and problems from happening. So guessing leads to more pain, x-rays leads to more healing. You can't manage what you can't see. X-rays remove the guesswork, show us the truth, and that truth leads to us being able to eliminate your pain. The right plan leads to healing and a better life. So x-rays don't just show us where you are, they show us how to get you where you want to be. And to know more is to do more, is to live more. When we can correct the structure, the alignment, and the health of those joints, the biggest thing that we can do for you is remove nerve interference. Nerve interference is the silent disruptor of your body's communication. Your nerves are your body's highway system of communication. When interference hits that highway, everything slows down. Nerve interference occurs when misalignments, tight muscles, structural problems put pressure on nerves and disrupt their ability to send and receive those messages. This disruption can cause pain and dysfunction and decreased healing, and it can start that disease process. Your nerves control everything you do. They are you. You live through that nervous system. Don't let interference steal your health. The common causes of nerve interference are poor posture. We talked about that slouching and misalignments, physical stresses from lifting heavy weights or repetitive movements that you have to do. Maybe you were an athlete, you have stress or strain on those joints. Trauma, you've been in auto accidents, or you had falls or sports injuries that can cause those misalignments and pinch or irritate those nerves. Just poor habits can do it. Sleeping positions, prolonged sitting at a desk or a computer. Device overuse can lead to nerve compression. They're calling it tech neck today because we're having to stare down at our phones all the time. And those spinal misalignments, we call them vertebral subluxations. They can shift and put pressure on your spinal nerves, disrupting that communication. The most common areas we see are going to be your neck, your mid-back, your low back, and even your legs and feet. In your neck, we see headaches, dizziness, neck pain, arm symptoms that can happen. In your mid-back, you start to get pain between your shoulder blades, or you get rib discomfort or breathing issues. If we have misalignment or nerve interference in your lower back, it can cause not only low back pain, but hip pain, sciatica shooting pain down into your leg, numbness and tingling. It can even start to affect your feet. And we see neuropathy cases that improve once we remove this nerve interference. So the numbness, the tingling, the weakness, those balance problems all start to go away when we can get that nerve flow back. So here's some signs that you might have nerve interference. If you do have tingling or numbness in your arms, hands, or feet, that's nerve interference. Sharp shooting, burning pain, muscle weakness or loss of coordination, that chronic pain that maybe it comes and goes sometimes, but it's there and you know it's there. Poor posture, stiff, tight muscles, tired, fatigue, decreased performance, poor sleep. You're trying to get your sleep patterns down, but you can't. It's because we have nerve interference or pressure or irritation on those nerves. And it impacts everything from disrupting that communication between your brain and body, slowing your healing and recovering, increasing your pain and inflammation, decreasing your body's ability to function, to move, and to perform. It can even affect your mood and your energy, every piece or quality of your entire life. But using skilled chiropractic adjustments and therapies and rehab, we can restore clear nerve communication. We can reduce the pressure on those nerves. We can restore proper alignment and posture. We can improve that nerve function and communication, and that will eliminate chronic pain and, even more importantly, enhance healing and your performance, your vitality, your energy. Don't let nerve interference interrupt your life. We have to remove that nerve interference, restore that connection throughout your nervous system so that we can reclaim your health. All right, thanks for listening and watching part 2. I can't wait to get back into the third part. You don't want to miss this. It'll be coming up soon. Again, you can go to abetterwaychiropractic.com, check out our documentary, download the book for free, or on our YouTube channel where part 1, part 2, and part 3 will all be posted. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you soon.